Hello, welcome back. I'm Claire, this is Purple Poppy, and as you can see I'm working on part 2 of my Just Because quilt. Since you were here last, I've added my batting to the back and I've done my grid, like a map grid, of 5 by 5 squares. Now we're going to have to constantly just put little bits on the screen. I'm afraid it's so big I'm not going to be able to show it all to you, so I'm going to pull it down a little bit. This is the one we squared up in the last video, and if you remember I said I wanted to go in 2 squares, so I'm starting at square 3 and I have actually numbered them, square 3 and 4, and then I'm coming down 1, 2, 3. I know I'm off the bottom. Let me just get this roughly into the middle and then I can slide you back up so you can see it all. I'm sorry, it's going to be a bit like this because unfortunately I don't have a giant craft room with a fabric table anymore. There was a time I did have such things, although then they were used for glass and skincare. They were never really used for fabric. But anyway, there we go. So we've got 3 and 4 in from the edge and 3, 4 and 5 down from the top. Okay, and while you were absent, how dare you be absent from class, I've done some hexes, and I thought I would use these hexes as my edging for 3 sides and maybe this little corner of this piece, and then I'll slot something else there to join on to whatever's going there. So I'm gonna start, whoops, caught on my nail. I'm gonna start at the top. Now here we go again, look, this line here is my quilt line below the edge of the fabric. Okay, just in case. Oh, you back in shot? Yeah, just in case you're wondering why I'm not going to the edge of the fabric, although in this case I am. So I'm getting that line roughly in the middle of that hex C. I'm gonna join that one on there. I think it's going to give me interesting shapes, and B, it's what's going to hold this down. I'm going to leave this because her face is very close to the edge, and I'm now going to go the other way, and you'll see that I've made these hexes. You can see enough of that tree, that'll be fine. I've made these hexes out of fabrics that coordinate with the back. If you've not seen my first video last week, I'll put a link below so that you can go and have a look if you want to, so you understand what I'm saying. So you see we've got a lot more on this than we have off, because I'm not connecting there. Normally obviously you'd put another one in there. Because I'm not doing that, I could cheat and I can make it more artistic and I can come over more if I want to. In fact, let's try that. Let's see what happens if we do that. Whoops. Oh, pin. Okay, now we've got the oranges in there because when I started, and I might go again actually, look. Oh, how naughty, Claire. How bad is that? But do you know what? I quite like it. Why not? No rules, is there? Do what you like. I'm sure anyone that's OCD or a serious paper piercing person will be having a real problem with this. Now I'm gonna join that up. Now I know this is going to be 10, so it's going to finish there. So now I'm wondering if I actually do want to come all the way down here, or whether I want to stop there and slot whatever's going in underneath and then look at how I finish it. Not quite sure, but then I do want to, I don't know why, but I want to put that one there. I just feel like it should be there, so I'm going to put it there. It's only a pin, can always take it out again if I change my mind. Even when I sew it, really, we could always snip the stitching and pop it back out. So now we've got that one. I'm just looking at all the ones that I made. Got another one of these brown, plain brown ones. And do I now just leave that bit open? Ooh. And do I do what I did over there? And do I snuggle that across almost to Doggy's bottom? Not maybe that far. Maybe to there. Okay. Because the piece that's going on the back was originally a front that I made years ago. See, I'm just wondering, because now that's on his paw, so I'm going to want to come further down anyway. So do I, yeah, see, and that's right on the edge. Or do we scoot back in? That's interesting. So if I put that one there, I'm trying to make sure that I've got them straight, because normally you're attaching, you know, to the one next door, so it just slots in lovely. See, it's covering his paw. One, two, three. This is our whole line. We are supposed to be going right to this line. So what if I made this a half? And I'm really sorry if I'm off. Oh, a half doesn't help because we want it. Oh, hang on. Yeah, no, it's not going to work. Oh, now here's the thing. What if we go really crazy and we put it where it should be, joined up on that piece there, but we put it underneath? No, I don't like that. I don't mind. I mean, this is how it should be. I don't mind that that's off sync. Don't mind that at all. And that's going to eat into our 10 by 10. I feel like before I can really go any further, I need to, obviously that's got to go up there. and that will finish it off up there. I feel like I need to, this is where it's really interesting, because now I feel like I need to do the log cabin around that stamp piece that's going to go there, so that I can see what's going to happen. I don't know if I'm off the end of the table, if you can see what I'm doing or not. I'm really sorry if you've got viewing issues. Let me have a look. Yeah, no, you're only looking at the top, aren't you? Okay, let me move that up there a bit. It's this corner I'm struggling with, and I'm just trying to see if part of what I'm not happy about is the difference in the fabrics, if that makes any sense. That's a different size. I don't know how the different sizes. Like, no, I don't like the pattern next to the pattern. And yeah, I've got all the patterns next to the patterns over there. I think I'm just going to go back to where I was. Like that. These sit together because they're brown. These sit together because it's got red in it. These have both got green in them. This is orangey red, so it sits with the red. And this has got the cream and the flowers, and I think they sit well together. So do you know what? I'm going to stop faffing around with it all, and I'm going to put, oh, there's some more under there. Oh, and there's a bit of an avalanche. And I'm going to start putting some stitches in and see how we go, because you know what, there's only so much contemplation you can do. I'm just now wondering, see, look, it's dreadful. If I line that up with that one and pull that back further, I prefer that. I don't know why. Realistically, it makes no difference. I just prefer it. Right, let's do some stitching. And let's see how we get on. So I'm sorry, I went rushing straight in, didn't I? How are you all? Are you happy, safe and well? Getting plenty of crafting done. Do you know, I've realised I've been saying, are you happy, safe and well? Basically since I started filming. And I think that's because I started filming back during the time of the C word. Right, now I've got to remember that line. So, come below that line. And I heard somebody the other day on their video say something about being safe and then contradict themselves in as much as they said, oh, but not in a sad BBC way. And I thought, oh my goodness, do I sound a bit condescending when I say that? It's never my intention, that's for sure. I'd like to think that those of you who have been here for a little while would know I never want to upset anybody. If nothing else, because you don't come here to, you know, get brainwashed or whatever. Come here to laugh at me doing it wrong, let's be honest. Whoops. you go. And that's joint them. So I'm going to come round the edge. These are obviously invisible stitches. I'm going to stitch it properly on my lap because I can't really film it. It's all a little bit awkward, but I wanted to keep you, you know, abreast of what I'm doing, because some of you, well, quite a few of you actually, been kind enough to comment on the first video in a positive manner. I'm very lucky actually, I don't get many negative comments, which is brilliant. I'm probably going to have to adjust them. Now obviously I can stitch to there because that is my line. I don't want to stitch the edges of those ones. So it's going to be a little bit like one of those crazy quilts, isn't it? And of course I'm going to be really quiet now because I'm concentrating with my stitching. You all know I'm pretty rubbish at doing two things at once, and this is actually quite awkward because I'm leaning right to the very edge of my piece. I don't even know if you can see me. I think you can just about see me. I think that's going to be the only problem with doing this with you, in that it's such a big piece, it's going to be quite awkward. And I'm guessing now, with a bit of hindsight perhaps, that's why Corinne was doing smaller blocks, because you can work on a smaller block in a much closer manner. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do like a diagonal stitch. So I'm doing a little tiny invisible one at the top, but then I'm coming diagonally down. Ow. Although I did say actually in her most recent video that she's ended up with a much bigger block. I think hers is 18 by 18 or something. Right, now that has lined that up quite nicely, so I'm just going to carry on along there, and then we might have to readjust some of our pieces, although see, it just evolves the whole time, because while I'm sitting here stitching this and talking to you, I am thinking that actually I might take them completely off this side, so that rather than going, whoops, I'm knocking stuff all over the place and trying to keep it off the floor and on my lap, rather than going all the way around it, which would take away the problem of the dog's feet and her face, is if I sort of stop there and just go that way, and then whatever's coming here can go that way. However, the problem that we've got there is that this is supposed to be 2 by 3, and I'm not filling up that 2, so I don't know. And of course, if I'd have cut out that piece, I probably would have had to go all the way to the end with my hexes, but then I would still have had that face issue. So that is potentially where you would, oh, I've got a knot, of course. Oh, it's not actually a knot, it's the length of my tail. There you go. Oh god, I thought, oh goodness, got a knot already. Right, now that is on my line, so I'm gonna finish that there, pull my needle to the front, I'm gonna unpin. Right, let's bring you down and over, hopefully you can see a bit better. This one I've unpinned anyway, but this is what I'm saying, you see, we are supposed to be going all the way fiddling all the way to here. So this is where I'm wondering if I should be doing like halves. Oh, that's gorgeous, isn't it, in there? Look at that. Well, it's not even a half, is it? But we could pin that there. Right, let's pin that back down, because that's now in the right place because of where we stitched that. Do you know what? I think I am. I'm going to take these. I'm going to take these 2 off the bottom, and I'm going to do something else down here. But I am going to. Oh, that covers his foot. That's what I said. And we only want to go to there. I could go there, and then we can tuck that up. Sorry, and I know I'm at the bottom now, so you can't see. It's a nightmare. Right, what I was thinking was, if we connect that one on there, like so, it goes on his foot, right? But if we do what we've done up here, and we make them deliberately unaligned, then maybe we could do that and unalign that one, pop that down just underneath his foot, like so, and then when I come across here, we'll go over that. That's what we're going to do. So oh goodness me, and this is where it's crazy, because you're basically designing as you go here. I don't know about quilt as you go. We're designing as we go here. Right, now that's my stitch line. So if I come in there, I'm going to come back down and across now, in the hope that you can see that. And I know I've got my hands all over it and you can't really see it anyway, so it's all a bit crazy. I'm doing my best, girls, honest. Right. So now I'm going to do what I did to the other side of this one, in that I'm going to go in and across. There we go. And we're starting to connect these three now. So then if I go in but across, that should see, because normally when you do paper piercing you do join all these together first, but hey ho, I'm trying to you know, do what Claire does and just get these pieces on here. I suppose the answer is cheat. I'm just trying to cheat. Oh dear. And actually, do you know what? I think it's sort of working. As I say, if you're a true paper piercer or you're a little bit OCD, you probably want to turn the camera off, because this is probably driving you insane. And I totally get it, I really do. Right. I want my needle at the top there. Okay. Because now I've got pins digging in my legs and all sorts. Because now what we're going to do is we're going to put this one in there, because I just think that looks amazeballs. So I love the red and gold. And it's September and we're going into autumn. I mean, we're not quite there yet, but we're going into autumn. These are the colours that we're gonna see. It's not quite right, Claire. It's because they've been screwed up in a bag. Or it might just be me making excuses. It might just not be the right size. That's better, I think. Okay. That's actually a needle, Claire, not a pin. That's a pin, but it's obviously blunt. Right, there we go. So, where's my needle? There it is. So, we're going to go back down there with our invisible stitch and out through this beautiful, it's all like, oh, now I've unthreaded my needle, can you believe it? It's like comedy of errors here, isn't it? Right, let's try and re-thread this needle, although you all know what a problem that can be. So, come to the conclusion that for some reason I perform way better off camera, which is a bit silly really, because I'm not doing anything on camera that I wouldn't do, that I'm not doing off camera, if you know what I mean. But for some reason right, and I know somebody in particular, Denise, is going to be going crazy watching this, because Denise is a very accomplished paper piecer. She turns out hexes in her sleep, that lady. So she's going to be pulling her hair out when she sees this. But, you know, I'll probably have to make my own coffee next time I go round there, because she's so in disgust. These things sent to try us. It's actually Saturday here. Hubby is around at my daughter's, still working on that nightmare wall. It's amazing how when you think all you need to do is a simple repointing job, and it ends up being a repointing job and a total re-render, and then you realise also that in chipping off the bad stuff to re-render it, some of the bricks are not as good. Oh, it's just horrendous. And of course he's at work, so he only gets weekends, right? So he only gets, I've just realised I probably did all that off camera. Now I've unthreaded the needle again. He only gets Saturdays, and that time, you know, it's not really enough, so it just takes forever. But it is what it is. You can definitely see where he's been. I mean, it just looks fabulous, and of course it's all gonna outlive all of us. It'll go on for another 100 odd years. There's another blunt needle, a pin. I'm putting it straight in the bin. I'm not tolerating blunt pins anymore. I'm just not. And if I'm not going to edge this, I need to get it pinned and stitched, don't I? So, yeah, there you go. Right, let's fold that under there. I'll fold this over there a bit. That might make it easier to manoeuvre around the desk and for you to see what's going on. Maybe not. Right, let me have a look. I think that makes it better. I'm sorry if you keep losing track and it keeps going off screen. It's just so huge. And of course I'm saying about it might have been easier to have done that panel, but of course this is supposed to be a panel a month, so this panel here is the September panel. I can't suddenly start jumping into the October panel next door, can I? That would not be right. Right. Mind you, if I can cheat with paper piercing, I can cheat with doing me months out of order, I suppose, can't I? Right, I've ended up coming round the corner here, I don't quite know why. So, let's put, let's put a couple of pins in this bit so it stays put. Obviously don't want pins in here longer than I really have to, because apart from anything else you just keep getting, ow, stabbed. Mind you, I'm stabbing myself with a needle now. I feel like this needle must be blunt, and that's why it's not going through very well. Might be time to think about buying some new needles, you know. Right. So I'm going to need to get something on here pretty darn quick, otherwise it's all going to fray away. So before I stitch that, let's have a little look in my, I've got this huge bag of bits that I've been collecting up. So I have got this piece of tatty old red, might sit there quite nicely because we've got red in it. Oh, this is the cuff of this. Ah, now look at that. That could be a beautiful bit of border. Definitely going to put that on. Oh, and then I've got this one. I've got like a beigey browny spotty one. There you go. So let's see how we get on with that. So now we're sort of moving from, this is what I said to you about, it's just going to keep evolving. We're moving from hexes to almost log cabin now. But you know what? I don't think I care. I think that's all part of what could be the luxury of this. Look at that. Yeah, I love it. So, where's my needle? The needle is there. So, I'm going to go in. Oh, let's take them pins out. That would be a problem. Right, we're going to go in and up like so. And then we're going to come. Now this is the factory edge because it's not going to be covered. So I'm going to put that this edge here. Okay. It's a lot of layers. Mind you, I'm getting known for trying to get my needle through too many layers, aren't I? Always seem to do it. We're just catching her hat, so I'm just going to bring it back a little bit. And because I've got that there, it looks like it belongs in this this patch anyway, doesn't it? There we go. Trying to make sure it's straight. Right. Let's rummage through here and see if we can get a pin through there. I'm wondering actually if when I film the next one of these, I might have to put it on the dining table. Move my camera, that'll be fun and game. But at least then I trim them off. I'll be able to get it flat. Yeah, I think that's the idea. And we go into there, aren't we? So trying to get my hand under there. Just find it so much easier when you've got your hand underneath. Right. So this is almost now starting to look, obviously not a true one, but a bit like a crazy quilt. And then I'm wondering if I can slot this under there, like that. Got a little signature there. So maybe I'll trim that. Do you know what? Let's just go for it. Let's wham this under there. See, and suddenly here we go with multi-layers. Now where is the actual line? Oh, it's all the way up there, so that's lovely. Don't even know if you can see what I'm doing. If you can't, I'm sorry. Right. And we have to finish on this line here. But I don't necessarily want to sew that line firm. No, you can't see what I'm talking about. There you go. I don't want to sew this line firm because I might want to tuck something underneath, but I can definitely trim it off there because that is going to be more than enough overhang for me. Okay. Oops. We need something. I haven't stitched that, which is handy. Right. Let's just carry on, Claire, with the area that you're working on. Don't go fiddling around at the top there. Get this fixed down. I'm going to leave the edge open so that I can tuck something in there. Right. So now we're on this edge of our printed piece. And I'm thinking there's probably a bit of lace or something going across this bottom here, just to try and reinforce that frayed area so that it doesn't go being a problem. I'm going to pick that up and then come back down this side, because again, where's the line? The line's there. Okay, so I can definitely stitch this side. Oh, bit of a dog argument going on in the street. Not Bo, Bo's sound asleep upstairs. Oh, that dog of mine is a nightmare. I've been worried sick about her. I think I mentioned a couple of videos ago. She's been really poorly, she's been really off her food. Refused to take her medicine from the vet, so that was like 120 quid down the drain, but anyway. And then the other night, she was lying on the sofa with Colin, with hubby, and he was sort of playing with her head and stroking her ears and that, as you do. And all of a sudden he went, goodness! And he's found a giant scab behind her ear. So at some point, somehow, without us knowing, she's obviously got a huge cut. I'm guessing that it got infected somehow. And that is obviously why she's been poorly. So, at least we got to the bottom of it. I'm not happy, obviously, but we did at least get to the bottom of it. And she seems to, as it were, have cured herself, because she's refused to eat because she obviously appreciated that was going to feed the disease or the poison or whatever. And she's drunk gallons and gallons of water. And last night she actually ate a whole dog dinner, what she would normally eat before any of this started. Then started begging for scraps. So, and then when I thought it couldn't get any better, she begged hubby to take her out for a walk, which she hasn't done for weeks. She's not been out for weeks. So, oh, I've got this gold. Look at this gold. Now I'm going to check, because there is no gold on the back, but there is like a brownie colour. So we're going to call this, oh actually, now look, We could use it that way, which would be awesome, or we could actually make it brown and we could use the back. Oh, gold brown, gold brown, gold brown. And that's not stitched. That is though, which is a bit of a pain. You see, now I might have to unstitch all that, which is a bit of a nuisance. Oh, I think it's got to be gold, doesn't it? Do you agree, girls? So I think I'm going to actually use my small pinking shears for this, and we are going to cut off a piece of this fabulous gold. I've got no idea where it came from. Actually, I'm lying. I think it probably came from Betty and Ivy. May not have done, but I think it probably did. If you've not used them, they're on Instagram. Excuse me. Just wanted to make sure it's long enough. And they do fabulous scrap packs for not a lot of money. So if you're in the UK, I don't know whether or not they send internationally. But if you're in the UK, definitely. We've got lots of little tiny bits of thread everywhere now, but anyway. Definitely gold. So I've just done all that work with you, and now I'm going to unpick it because I want to slot this under there. See, I just know that this is going to be one of those really frustrating projects, but when it's done, it's going to feel like such a major achievement. It's going to be unbelievable. So I won't make you sit through the pain of restitching that hexie that I've just unpicked, because that's just ridiculous. But I'll put a pin in it so that I know I've got to re-stitch it, and I'll stick a couple. Oh, see, that's a major layer, isn't it? And one down there. Now I appreciate that I have stupidly, look at that, cut that too small. But I think what I might do is make a mini hexie, or actually, do I need a mini one? Oh look, we could stick that on there like a signature. But then does it look odd that it's not anywhere else up here? See, I'm automatically popping them back in now, aren't I? I do quite like the idea. No, because then that looks weird. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave it there. I think I've given you all a bit of a headache, and I think we've probably been here best part of an hour. So that's how it's going. Thanks for joining me. I hope you haven't got too much of a headache. I'll see you very soon. Ta-ta for now.